What is website accessibility? There are over 1 billion people worldwide with a disability. Some people with disabilities, such as those with visual, cognitive and hearing disabilities, require the use of assistive technologies to use a computer and access the web. These technologies include things like screen readers, screen magnifiers, voice recognition software and selection switches. It's important that websites are built with these technologies in mind, so that users with access needs can experience the web. The term used to describe this is website accessibility. Website accessibility means making a website easy for users with a disability to experience. Website accessibility is a broad subject area and covers many principles of accessible design. To help those working on websites know what they should do, in May 1999, the first website accessibility guidelines were compiled. These guidelines are referred to as WCAG, which stands for the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. Since then, as technology has evolved, the guidelines have become updated and the current standard is WCAG 2.1. Across the globe, different countries have different legislation enforcing the WCAG standards. For example, in the UK, this is the 2018 Accessibility Standards and the Equality Act 2010. In the US, it's the Americans with Disability Act, also known as the ADA law. Some think that accessibility guidelines only improve the experience for those with access needs. However, by improving a website's accessibility, it also positively improves the overall experience of the website and improves search engine ranking. What type of things does website accessibility cover? Let's take a look at 4 key areas which impact users who access websites via screen readers. Alt text. Alt text is used on a website to describe the appearance and function of an image. Users who access a website via a screen reader require images to have alt text, so the device can give them an accurate description of the image, which they can then interpret. Imagine you're describing the image over the telephone. This is the text to use for an image's alt text. For this image, the alt text could be set to beach with palm trees and boats in the water. Headings. Headings are used on a website to show the structure and content of a web page and enable users who are accessing the website via a screen reader to navigate the web page correctly. Sometimes we see websites where the text has been decorated, for example by making it larger. This might make it look like a heading, but it does not make it a heading to those who cannot see it. There are different types of headings which can be used, which are H1 to H6. They are used in order depending on the importance of the heading. Every page should have a H1 heading, which is the main heading. Then the H2 heading would be used for subheadings and so on. You don't have to use each heading type, but if you use a deep heading such as H5, you must also be using H1, H2, H3 and H4 headings in the correct order also on the page. This example shows how this page could be structured using headings. Link text. Link text is the text that is displayed on a web page to describe the link which goes to another web page, document, video, etc. This is the text that users see or have read aloud to them to navigate around a website. It's important not to use the same text for different links. So let's imagine the links are read out to you by a screen reader. For this page, the link text is the same for each link, which is see details. Therefore, a screen reader user would continually read out see details, see details, see details. The problem is that each of the see details links are linking to different products to see the details. But because the link text for each of the links is the same, the person cannot know which product they need to select, as they are only being told to see details and not the detail of the products. To correct this, the page would have to have the content that is specific to each product in the link text. Each product link text should be a unique description, which will guide the buyer to the specific product. The other benefit here is it is helping to improve your SEO. Form labels. Forms are used on a website to collect information, for example, a telephone number in a contact form. Each field in a form requires a label to enable users accessing the website via a screen reader to understand the purpose of the form and what information is being requested in the form fields. It also means that they will be able to correctly navigate the form fields. Form field labels should describe the information that the form field is requesting. In this example, none of the form fields have labels, so a screen reader user would not be able to understand what information the form is requesting and would therefore not be able to enter the details required. The first name form field should have a label called first name. The surname form field should have a label called surname, and so on. How to measure compliance to these regulations. There are many tools available to assess compliance to the WCAG guidelines. Sitemorse is one of the original tools available, which uses automation to assess websites. What makes Sitemorse different is that we don't just provide you with a report detailing what's wrong and where the issue is. We break down the issues into actions based on roles and train users on why these corrections are required and how to fix them. This is all part of our prioritisation intelligence. Sitemorse prioritises actions to focus on the actions that matter, the actions that are going to have the greatest impact on improvement. The priorities have easy to understand messages on what the actions are and include training videos. The actions are broken down by role, including manager, developer, and content editor. These enable users to only see actions relevant to them. This enables our users' confidence to grow and drives better content to be published faster. Visit www.af.sitemorse.com to find out where you are in terms of accessibility compliance.